Camera number 172 of 365, and we have a Praktica Super TL. Features through the lens metering, and so requires batteries for that, and the batteries are inserted in to this chamber here. It takes a 1.3 volt battery. Unfortunately this particular one doesn't have a working meter, but if it did we would undo the door and put our battery and close it up, and then we can use the meter. The meter is a match needle meter, and looking through the viewfinder, that's on the right hand side there, and we just make sure that we can achieve metering there, but when I'm using it, obviously I won't be able to do that. I'll have to use a handheld meter. Just while we're on the base, we have tripod mount, and then turning our attention to the back here, we have our viewfinder, rather metallic, quite a substantially made camera, as is the case with these Prakticas. And then just turning to the top plate, we see our film wind on, and film memo and film counter. The film counter is reset every time that we put a film in, and then our shutter speeds go from B through to 1/500th of a second, and then a separate little icon for flash, and then our film speeds are around the base there. And to get the film speeds we have to actually move the shutter, lift the shutter selection, and then move, there's a little white marker just there, and we have to just make sure that that sits opposite our film speed, and then we move our shutter accordingly. On the other side we just have our film rewind crank, and that when is lifted doesn't do anything because the film chamber door needs to be released via this slider switch or button, and then that allows us to put our film in, and then allows it to be placed upon the spool. Shutter curtain is fabric, but the rest is metal there. And then we close our film door, and then looking on the front we have the button, a large button that actuates our light meter, and then our shutter button, which can be locked, I believe, if we turn it. There is a position where it can be turned. No, I can't seem to do that. There we go. Nope. Okay. Little ports to synchronize our flash, and features a screw mount. On this occasion I've got a 28mm Super Paragon f2.8, and then we can see the shutter. There is a little flag, I don't know whether you can see that just there, that indicates that the film hasn't been wound on. When it has been wound on, that flag disappears, so that's a nice little feature there. And so let's just put the lens back on. And I think that's pretty much covered all the functions of that camera. Oh, there is a button here which I presume allows us to rewind our film. That's right, that will disengage the film advance. There we go, you can see that. And then allows us to rewind our film back into our film canister. So that is it. Camera number 172 of 365.